Statistics show that the average American husband doesn't get much of a chance to enjoy his home because he spends half his adult life in the doghouse without even the Red Baron to keep him company. Come to think of it, he doesn't even have the excuse that he's a dog. Which is why I'm here. Dogs. Our dog, Christabel, wasn't feeling well one night, so Ellen and I came down here to make sure she was all right. It was one of those nights when we were still talking to each other. I could tell Christabel wasn't feeling very well because her eyes were glowing in the dark. Dogs' eyes always glow when they're sick.
That's ridiculous. All eyes glow in the dark if you shine a light on them.
Mine don't.
Oh, yes, they do.
Oh, no, they don't.
Oh, yes, indeed.
Oh, no, indeedy.
I never want to speak to you again as long as I live.
Step into my world, and welcome to it. I'm still in the doghouse, but I am allowed to earn a living while I'm here. In fact, that's how I made things worse. Last week, I wrote this unfortunate piece about dogs for the magazine. Actually, I have a deep and abiding affection for dogs. We have a great deal in common, including the fact that neither of us are allowed to sleep in my wife's bed. Anyhow, I'd like to show you this infamous article that I wrote and ask you to judge for yourself. Now, Muggs was an Airedale that we had when I was a boy. Or should I say, he had us. Muggs never thought of me as a member of the family, and there was an advantage in being one of the family because Muggs didn't bite members of the family as often as he bit strangers. Still, in the years that we had him, he bit everybody but Mother. And he made a pass at her once, but he missed. Muggs liked it outdoors. So accordingly, the laundry man and the ice man and the garbage man would not come near the house. It was a state of siege. We even had to trick Muggs into the house in order to get the gas meter read. The only thing that he was afraid of was thunder and lightning. Then he would run into the house and hide under a bed or perhaps in a clothes closet. So, we rigged up a thunder machine made out of a narrow piece of sheet iron with a wooden handle at one end. Mother would shake this vigorously when she wanted Muggs to be inside the house. It was a very good imitation of thunder, but it took a lot out of Mother. It must have taken something out of Muggs, too, because he died suddenly one night. We put a smooth board over his grave, and on that board, I wrote in indelible pencil, Kawe Kanam, beware of the dog. As I told you, my wife hates me for writing that. Both she and my daughter say it proves that I have no heart and that I dislike dogs. Actually, I don't dislike dogs. Dogs dislike me.
Daddy, listen.
Oh, we're talking to each other again, eh?
Only because I have to. Charlie just came over and he's got wonderful news.
Don't tell me he's discovered soap.
His dog just had 7 puppies, and we can have one free of charge. They're brown and black and white and cute and free.
Lydia.
Some have long hair, some have short hair. I think they had 2 fathers.
You may have discovered something better than soap. Now, Lydia, let's get one thing straight. There's no such thing as a free puppy. Within 2 years, they eat you out of house and home, and then you have to worm them.
But can't I?
No.
Golly.
Dogs,
Bang, bang, bang! Daddy! Daddy, Mommy says it's all right with her if it's all right with you.
just your stubbornness that keeps you from letting your own daughter have a puppy.
I thought you weren't talking to me.
Complaining isn't talking.
The answer is still no.
Bang, bang, bang! I don't like your father.
I don't like yours, and I haven't even met him. I'm not being unreasonable. We already have 2 dogs, Irving and Christabel.
Oh, Daddy, I love Christabel, but she's getting so old.
How old is she? A mere 12, 13.
Now, John, don't forget 1 year in a dog's life is equal to 7 in a human's.
That makes Christabel about 91 years old. 91 years old, and you feed her horse meat.
She likes horse meat. Now, if you will all please get out of here, I can get back to work.
John, I just don't know what's got into you lately. What happened to that charming, lovable boy I married?
He was bitten by a dog.
Come on, children, he's hopeless.
Oh, Helen, I noticed that the asparagus in the garden is just right. May I please have some for supper with hollandaise sauce?
I'd better tell you, John, there is no asparagus.
No asparagus? Why not?
Christabel went out in the garden this morning and ate it.
All of it?
Well, John, you know she likes the tips of the asparagus.
And she knows I like them.
Such a fuss about a few asparagus and raspberries.
Raspberries?
Christabel ate them off the bushes.
Because she knows I like them, too. Now, what am I supposed to eat?
Why don't you eat horse meat and see how you like it?
Don't be childish.
Daddy, would you say this means I can't have a puppy?
Yes, I would say.
John, I forgot to tell you.
Yes?
I'm not talking to you.
Bang, bang, bang!
John? John, wake up.
What's the matter?
Something's the matter with Christabel.
Nothing's the matter with Christabel. She's just making her eyes gleam like that because she knows I can't sleep when she makes her eyes gleam like that.
She is not making her eyes gleam, John. That's just the angle of the light. Your eyes would gleam, too, if the light hit them that way. I think she's had another seizure, John. You have to get her to the vet's right away. Here, hold her while I get dressed.
We drove Christabel over to the vet's and got him out of bed. He examined her very carefully and said,
"You got an aspirin? My head is killing me.
What about the dog?
Give him one, too."
What kind of a veterinarian are you? Christabel is a she.
After the party I was at last night, I'm lucky I can tell it's a dog.
"Will she be all right, Doctor?"
Well, she is getting along, you know. After all, 1 year in a dog's life is equal to 12 in a human's.
7.
Yeah, something like that. Now, what did she have to eat tonight?
Well, I broiled a little filet and sliced it into small pieces, and I put a raw egg with it and added some gravy.
I had a hamburger. Charred inside and out.
Oh, and yes, she ate some asparagus tips and some fresh raspberries.
Flambe?
This is no time for sarcasm.
Well, keep her on a light diet for a while, and I'll give you some pills for the indigestion. And bring her back tomorrow when I'm awake.
Well, she'll be all right.
There's nothing really wrong with her. She's just old. She seems in pretty good shape, though. Look at her eyes. They still have a gleam in them.
That's just the light. Even my eyes would gleam if the light hit them that way.
No, dear. We had an argument about this before. A human's eyes do not gleam that way now, do they, Doctor?
Of course not.
Oh, yes, they do. I was at a party the other night.
No, they
and
do
a
not.
professor told me.
As man just
It's an old wise.
On the way home, in an attempt to prove my point, I was on my hands and knees in the grass when this motorcycle cop drove up.
What's going on here?
Well, it's gone. I can't seem to find it.
What was it?
What I lost? Some
Some cufflinks. Topazes set in gold. They were the color of a fine Moselle.
You people didn't lose no topazes, did you? Come clean.
Listen, officers, there a law against a man being down on all fours beside a road, barking in a perfectly civil manner.
We didn't think it would come up.
Let me explain, officer. It's all Christabel's fault here. Our dog. We were settling a bet.
You and the dog?
Oh, my wife and I. The dog doesn't bet.
Or drink or smoke.
For goodness sake, Ellen, aren't we in enough trouble?
We were taking the dog to the vet's, and we noticed that her eyes gleamed in the dark. So my wife bet me that my eyes would, shine at night if she came across them suddenly low to the ground by the side of the road.
You sure you two ain't been to a party?
Oh, absolutely not. Matter of fact, I thought I had a good chance to win the bet because in passing some people on the road, I noticed that their eyes did not gleam.
Simply because they were above the light, John, not under the light. A man's eyes would gleam like a dog's or a cat's if people were caught by the headlights at the same angle.
No. You see, cats' eyes are different than yours and mine.
There you are, you see?
You see, dogs and cats and skunks, they're all the same. They can all see in a dark room.
Not in a totally dark room.
Oh, yes, they can.
Oh, no, they can't.
Oh, yes, they can.
There was a professor at this party the other night, and he told me there must be at least a ray of light, no matter how faint.
Oh, okay. All right, maybe. But people's eyes don't shine.
Oh, yes, they do.
Oh, no, they don't.
No, they don't.
You stay out of this. Now, I travel these roads all the time at night, and I see hundreds of dogs and cats, and I see hundreds of people.
The people are never close to the ground.
I was close to the ground.
He was close to the ground.
That doesn't mean a thing.
Look at it this way. Now, I've seen wildcats up in trees at night, and their eyes shine.
There you are. That proves it.
I don't see how.
Because a wildcat in a tree's eyes are higher than a man's.
That doesn't mean a thing.
Yes, it does.
No, it doesn't.
Yes, it does.
No, it doesn't.
Where's Christabel?
Oh, John, you put her down.
I got her. Here she is. She was chewing on some grass. I think we'd better get her home, Ellen.
No, wait a minute. I'm going to get down here in front of your lights. Now, just look at my eyes here. Now, watch. Yeah. Look right there.
They had that poor policeman breathing into a bag for half an hour.
Lydia,
Yes, Mother?
I have to go out for a little while.
Mother, where are you going?
Christabel still isn't feeling right. The vet said I should bring her back. She's acting awfully strangely.
Poor Christabel. Why does Daddy hate her so much?
I don't know. Took it under there, dear.
I heard you and Daddy arguing last night. What about?
Daddy wanted to climb up on the bureau and have me shine the lamp in his eyes.
What for?
See if you look like a wildcat. When he comes back, tell him where I've taken Christabel.
Poor Christabel. If that keeps you overnight, I'll bring you some canned asparagus.
Bye, darling.
Canine idiot.
Hello.
Are you cold or something?
Nope.
Do you have a stomach ache?
I think maybe I got a touch of appendicitis or something.
Mm-hmm. What was that?
My appendix hurts.
Oh, I see. Well, your appendix just bit me. Now, that's the case for the medical journals. I'm going to have to operate at once. Uh-huh. Just as I thought. You trot that right over to the Mayo Clinic and see what they can make out of it. Will you, young man?
Oh, Daddy, please, can I keep it? It's so cute.
Now, Lydia, be sensible. This neighborhood is overdogged. You take him out of here. Go ahead. Run. Ow. I know. Bang, bang, bang.
There'll come a day. You're a mean man.
Now, Lydia, you've got to give me a chance to explain. Sit down, please. Phew. I do like dogs. It's just that I do not blindly condone everything they do, including tasting people. If that were possible, I would...
Mother? Mother, how's Christabel?
I want you to understand, she was a very old dog. I had her in my arms in the vet's office, and she just looked up at me as if she were trying to say, now, please don't worry about me. I've always been able to take care of myself. And then she just closed her eyes.
Lydia.
You never liked her. You don't care.
Lydia.
I'm gonna go up to my room, please.
I'm sorry.
Are you? Where are you going?
I have to finish that piece for the magazine.
You raised that dog from a pup. How can you be so cold and unfeeling?
I'm a mean man. She came all the way from Illinois by train in a big wooden crate 13 years ago. A frightened black poodle, not yet a year old.
Good night, Mommy.
Good night, darling.
Where'd the hateful go?
I don't know. Lydia,
What?
look what your father's written here.
What's it called? How to Run Over a Dog?
No, it's called Memorial. I think you ought to hear it.
Not me. I don't want to hear anything he wrote.
It's about Christabel.
What does he say? Good riddance?
The poodle was hand in glove with natural phenomena. She raised 2 litters of puppies, 11 each time, taking them in her stride, the way she took the lightning and the snow. One of these litters, which arrived ahead of schedule, was discovered under the barn floor by a little girl of 4.
Was I only 4?
No, your father isn't very good at dates. You were 5. And there weren't 11 that time. There were 6. And it wasn't the barn, it was the well house. We might as well face it. He's no Huntley or Brinkley.
Go on anyway.
Look at this. The poodle had no vices that I can think of unless you could count her incurable appetite for the tender tips of the asparagus in the garden. And for the black raspberries when they ripened on the bushes in the orchard.
She ate his lamb chops once. He forgot about that.
Yes, he did, but I believe this is a eulogy. Can you find page 4 anywhere?
Here it is.
Oh.
Sometimes as punishment for her depredations, she walked into bees' nests or got her long, shaggy ears tangled in fence wire. who found herself walking home in a sudden downpour of rain.
Hello. Lydia, I've,
John, we're reading. If poodles who walk so easily upon their hind legs ever do learn the little tricks of speech and reason, I should not be surprised if they made a better job of it than man, who would seem to be slowly slipping back to all fours. The poodle... John, I think you'd better read the rest.
The poodle kept her sight, her hearing, and her figure up to her quiet and dignified end. She knew that the hand was upon her, and she accepted it with a grave and unapprehensive resignation. This, her dark, intelligent eyes seem to be trying to tell us, is simply the closing of full circle. This is the flower that grows out of beginning. This, not to make it too hard for you, friend, is as natural as eating the raspberries and raising the puppies and walking into the rain. Come on, you're gonna wrinkle the jacket. By the way, would you hang this up for me, please? Oh, Charlie gave me that, free. I suppose in no time at all, she'll be eating the asparagus and taking pieces out of my ankle, but at least it's a balanced diet.
Lydia, I think you'd better get to bed now, dear.
All right, Mommy. Can I take her with me?
Sure, why not?
Old Hateful says yes.
Thank you. Night, Daddy.
Good night, Doc.
Good night, darling.
Night, Mommy.
Old Hateful.
Hmm?
Your eyes do glow, Wildcat.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for being with us tonight. Next week on My World and Welcome to It...